right, welcome back to Hot Takes. Tim, what has it been like 2 weeks since our last show?
Has it? I
Uh,
saw we did last
Trying
week.
to think. Last week, did we have one last week?
Oh, we didn't. You're right. We have been on a little hiatus right now.
Yeah, because we had issue with the streaming. Then we had last week we didn't do one. So yeah, it's been missed 2 weeks. Wow, that's exciting. I mean, first round of the playoffs aren't too exciting anyway in the NBA. So glad we
Yeah,
actually didn't have to spend time talking about that too much. That said, we're going into the second round. Most teams. Um, I think we got some pretty good matchups in the second round. Today we'll be talking about see, Julio Jones finally got traded. That's what we were talking about last show. So
yeah.
Julio Jones, that trade went through. And let's see, we got Aaron Rodgers. Is he holding out? We'll talk about that. What's his deal? And of course, we'll be talking about NBA playoff matchups. And lastly, we'll close out our show later on with our picks. Whatever picks we feel like making, NHL, MLB, NBA, whatever, we'll make that towards the end of the show. So we'll get
Badminton,
into, what's that?
badminton as well, maybe.
Badminton as well. If you
Sprinkle
can
that in
find some
there.
odds on that, Tim, yeah, I'll make some badminton picks with you.
I mean, it do be on TV sometimes, so they
I,
gotta have odds.
I mean, yeah, we'll find it. I mean, nothing will ever beat our Drexel pick. We pick
True,
Drexel.
true. All right,
But
let's get into it.
that said, we'll get into a minute right after these commercials from our sponsors at 12 Ounce Sports. Of course, my bookie ad and whatever else we got on there.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Before we
All right, we're back.
yeah. So I was about to say to Ben before we hop back on. There's a linebacker who hasn't been taken in free agency yet, who's insane. I think KJ Wright. Should the Eagles get him?
I mean, if it's this long into free agency, the Eagles have been desperate at linebacker for a while, or at least they're not willing to say they're desperate at linebacker, but we all
Oh,
can tell they are. I mean, if it's this long
four
into
point
free
nine
agency,
mil spent on linebackers is desperate.
yeah, well, they don't think so because they like to crunch the numbers on this kind of stuff, and they're wrong. But yeah, I mean, go for it. It's this long into free agency, you'd sign him for probably the minimum if he's willing to play for that, or just retire at this point. So
Yeah, for real. So I just thought that
pretty
was
solid pickup.
the other day.
I know the Eagles, they've signed, I think, all of their draft picks now. Devontae Smith was the first. He signed 4-year, $20 million. and then the rest came in later rounds. So their contracts aren't as exciting.
That's good.
Of course, Devontae Smith being the first round, he'll have that 5th-year option on him. So let's hope it works out. I think it will.
Yeah, I do too. Do you have any updates on Grimes from Florida?
Nah.
I actually think he's gonna be like a snag. Like I think he's probably should have been drafted by someone, but he was an undrafted free agent. So
Where did he end up being?
Eagles.
All right.
It's like something Grimes, I think.
Something Grimes. Let's look it up. Look, I'm gonna pull up some film on him real quick. Let's see what I think.
Please see if he's nice, shifty with it.
Yeah. Let's see. What, Trevor Grimes?
Yeah. I think so.
6'4". I mean, he's big. If he's replacing anyone on the roster, it'd probably be John Hightower, right?
Yeah. Honestly,
Dude.
Hightower does not really catch the ball that much.
Yeah, I mean, he had a few nice deep ones this past season, but let's see. All right, I found, here's a nice playoff video or highlight tape on him. Oh, where'd it go? I lost it.
This past season, all right.
Did he go to the or they didn't have a combine? So I guess he definitely performed a pro day then.
This past year, he had 9 touchdowns for 38 receptions and 589 yards.
All right, let's check this out. I'll watch like 3 routes, see what I think of them. Oh, these are just workout videos. I don't have any of them playing. Oh, that's annoying. I can't judge him on this. Looks like a freak athlete. Jalen Phillips out of Miami. Did you see the picture the Dolphins posted of him?
Nah.
Dude, they're comparing him to, remember Anchor Arms from SpongeBob?
You really?
That's what they're comparing him to. He actually looks just completely shredded. I think they're going. He played a lot of defensive end this past season, last season in college. It's looking like Dolphins will be playing him out their linebacker, which that could be pretty nasty, I will say.
Yeah, who do the Dolphins have at weak positions right now? I feel like the only person
Their
that has
receivers are nice.
Yeah, I feel like the only person that really has to prove anything on the Dolphins right now is Tua.
That's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what they did for him. They got him. They put him in a position where he can have no excuses.
Yeah.
All right.
So hopefully he does well, or else if he can't do well in that, he gets exposed early.
They got Will Fuller, Jalen Waddle's coming on. They got Gesicki. And then who's their running back?
Devontae Parker is probably still there, but like his production probably will still be like all right. He just won't have to be trusted as much.
Yeah, exactly. And the back end of their defense can hold up. Linebackers are there, and I'd say their D line's pretty average. So they're going to do well for themselves. I mean, they already went 10-6, and they almost made the playoffs. They needed one team to lose in week 17, because going into week 17 last season, there were like 3 10-6 teams in the AFC, or 3 10-5 teams, or whatever, on the brink of 11-5 or 10-6. They just couldn't do it.
Yeah, bro. I think it's gonna be so weird next year with how this season's gonna be played, because you've always just thought 10-6 you're in the playoffs.
Now
that you have an extra game, is it gonna be 11-6 this playoffs? Or is 10-6 still going to be
10-7?
10-7.
And now I'm thinking
a magical number.
7 just sounds like a lot of losses.
Yeah,
I know 9-7 teams already go to the playoffs, but
exactly.
Just having that extra one's really gonna. It'll make week 17 or week 18 now, I guess, because of the bye. It'll make it that much more exciting. Those more meaningful games. None of these like Broncos versus Raiders, where they're both 3rd and 4th in their division. So.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I'm actually kind of excited. I'm very excited for next week, or next season.
September. Dude, September's going to be great. College football, great matchups early on. And then NFL starting right off the bat. So that said,
Right.
let's get into this. Talk about last time. Julio Jones has been traded to the Tennessee Titans. The Titans will receive Julio Jones and a 2023 sixth-round pick for a 2022 second-round pick and a 2023 fourth-round pick. So right
Those
now,
are-
most books have Titans and Colts tied to win the division.
Colts.
Tied as favorites. More.
Here's my thing.
Somehow, a lot more have Colts slightly favored. I still think Colts run away with this division. Titans will get into the playoffs with a wild card. So the MyBookie odds, Colts to win the division are minus 105, and Titans odds are plus 110.
Yeah, like I think the Colts still have the division, like easily. I agree with you on that. I just like, I don't know, adding one more receiver on a team that's run dominant. Like I get that it's like a kind of commodity at that point, but like Derrick Henry runs that team, so it's like snaps are gonna be going to him, and then like you get an extra like 3 catches per game, 4 catches a game from Julio, which is so good. But like overall, the Colts are still gonna be the better team.
Over the past 3 years, Julio Jones has the second most receiving yards. So even at his old age, I'm not worried about him.
Yeah,
I saw this on Instagram earlier. I mean, these things are all like kind of just pulled out of nowhere, like all these sports networks doing it. But Terrell Owens traded to the Eagles at 30 years old, was all pro his first season with the Eagles. Randy Moss traded to the Patriots at 30 years old, was all pro in his first season with the Patriots. So Julio Jones is 2 years older than they were when they got traded. But Julio Jones now at 32.
32 is still a young age.
Yeah, and I mean, just this past season was really his only injured season.
Yeah, so I'm not really that worried.
He's a strong guy. So
I don't know. I just feel like all the Titans did last year was like their offense was already dominant. Like that's what they did. They just tried to score points. Their defense really didn't do that. So unless they fix their defensive problems, they're still having the same issue.
exactly. The thing here that I did not think of until just a couple minutes ago, this is really going to help out the Eagles secondary because we played the Falcons week 1. So that got me excited. We won't play the Titans till next year. We don't have to see Julio Jones till next year.
Thank God.
That's an exciting one to watch. I mean, now the Eagles, they're just going to have to worry about covering up Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, and you just put Slay on him, honestly.
Yeah. That's that. But with Julio Jones, do you think that's enough to push Titans to that favorite spot in the AFC South?
No.
All right. So we agree on that one. That just
Like
makes sense.
I don't think that, but I feel like a lot of people could be like, "Yo, they got Julio Jones now." Like
The
that's
thing is, like,
unbelievable.
they can spread the ball out. I mean, Derrick Henry, he can rush all game. He doesn't need to
and you
sit
can
any
throw-
snaps.
You
He
can
can
throw
power
it
through anything.
around if you
And now
want.
you got A.J. Brown and then opposite Julio Jones.
That's stupid.
And
Do they have a solid like tight end?
who did they have this past season? I'm trying to remember.
Because I'm not at that point you don't really need it, but like if they had a solid tight end, I think like that might make me
Check
think
the
that.
depth chart right now. Let's see. Tight end. Anthony Frickers. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
Can't name him. But this trio of Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, and Julio Jones. Where A.J. Brown? That's lethal. That'll do
Yeah.
some damage on any NFL defense. Yeah. I like this division a lot just with these top 2 Titans and Colts because they're both just complete teams.
yeah,
Like you're not going to get a bad game with them.
yeah. They're gonna be fighting for that shit.
That's that. Let's move into this Aaron Rodgers. I still think he's just being a baby.
So he's just not showing up to OTA.
Yeah, OTAs, he skipped those. Those are not required. Like, they're allowed, those are optional. But the thing about it is, he got if he went to OTAs, he would have got a $500,000 bonus. So he skipped that. He gave up on that. Now, today, mini camp started. That's mandatory. Mandatory mini camps. And the team's allowed to fine him if he misses all 3 days, and the fine would be just over $93K. So he's already said that his issues with the team isn't money. So clearly that's not the case if he's willing to give up nearly $600K. And again, let's see. All right, so Tim's power just went out. We'll be losing him for the rest of the show. I'll try to carry us for a bit, but I don't know if we can go the whole hour. That said, I'll continue with this. And then, we'll see where we go from there. We'll still get our picks in for the day, NBA playoffs, and then, all right, we're actually going to take a quick break and then show these commercials, and then we'll be back if you got the rest of the show.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
All right, we're back. It's just me. I'll probably go about 10 more minutes for the rest of the show. Unfortunately, we're doing the show remote separately. Tim and I are separated. So his power just went out. Real unfortunate. He's having some bad weather. But that's not going to stop me from continuing the show. Where were we? We were just talking about, Aaron Rodgers? I mean, yeah, he's being ridiculous. And I think that Green Bay, they're getting put into a really tough spot right now. You're seeing Aaron Rodgers missing OTAs, missing mandatory minicamp where the team can find him. That's up to the team. He's saying he's frustrated with the front office, wants the GM removed. And that's simply just not the case there because the rest of the organization's fine with them. Now, here's the tough part. If it's not money and it's not the contract, I mean, they can look to move him. And I think right now that's what Aaron Rodgers wants, but the team can't afford to do that. I mean, just today, Jordan Love, they're letting some media personnel in to watch some of the warm-ups, some of the drills. Jordan Love is struggling in their first 2-minute drill on offense. So they moved up to get this guy last year in the draft, Jordan Love. They gave up picks to find a replacement for Aaron Rodgers, who just went on to be the MVP of the league. And now they're stuck with a quarterback who can't throw at the NFL level. So, I think we do eventually. We will see Aaron Rodgers. You won't be happy doing it, but we'll find a way. They'll find a way for Aaron Rodgers to suit up week 1, even if it means missing much more time, many more practices, and even possibly holding out through preseason. I don't know. He's such a high-profile player. So it's just weird to see this happen. I mean, last year we saw Tom Brady. He didn't have any of these practices. He didn't have any of these OTAs, and he went out and won a Super Bowl. So maybe we'll see something like that with Aaron Rodgers, but this time away from the team is just really something that I haven't seen before. It definitely has, but just as a younger fan, as a younger NFL fan, someone who watches and loves to react to what's going on in the league, I'm just not sure how this will play out. I mean, both the team and Aaron Rodgers are in a tough spot. They can give up. They'd probably be giving up. A team would be giving up. You got his age, but he's the MVP, so you'd have to give up at least probably 2 firsts for him. He plays out the rest of his contract, and then probably 1 or 2 more years after that. Was he 38 now? And I don't see him being as committed and as in love with the game of football as a guy like Tom Brady. So that's that. Lastly, we'll just get into a little NBA playoff reactions and then picks. Of course, it's just hard for me to be going off on this on my own. Of course, co-host Tim, power outage, and he can't be here. So NBA schedule for tonight. Let's talk about this. So this is the second round of the playoffs. Game 2 for Hawks Sixers, 7:30 tonight. If you watched the last game, if you didn't watch the last game actually, just saw the box score, you would have no idea that at one point the Sixers were down, I think, 26. Okay, Joel Embiid comes back from this partial torn meniscus, which every Sixers fan really thought the season was probably over. They said, we're going to bring it day to day. We'll bring him back with some rehab, some physical therapy. Joel comes out, game time decision, and puts up 38 points in 39 minutes. Unbelievable, I think, for someone who's just brushing off the dust from missing Game 5 of that Wizards series in the first round. So the box score here, yeah, you would never have thought that the Sixers were down 26. So let's pull up the box score here. You got Tobias Harris, 20. Danny Green, 4 points, which here was something interesting to me. They had Danny Green guarding Trae Young all that afternoon. And Doc Rivers actually came out and explained it, made a lot more sense. But yeah, Trae Young is really good at drawing fouls. So they don't want to put Ben Simmons on him all game, get him in foul trouble, limit him then on offense and defense. So they'll stick Simmons on their Hawks' second best defender and let Danny Green cover Trae Young for a bit. Danny Green scoring a bit is a little bit of an issue for me. I mean, 4 assists and 4 points, 2 rebounds, simply just not producing enough for me. You see Ben Simmons finally getting up some points, 17, 10 assists and 4 rebounds. Now I can deal with that. I think I'm not worried for the Sixers the rest of the way. I see Sixers in 6. I see Hawks winning one of their home games. But Sixers in 6 in this second round series. So then, continuing with that, we got game 1 tonight of West second round, the Western Conference second round. Clippers, Jazz. Look, I think the Clippers, they're not going to make it out of the second round. Jazz continuing to shoot and make the most threes. And Clippers, this last series versus the Mavs, either team wouldn't be getting past the Jazz. And just seeing the way that the Clippers really struggled to pull it out, I'd say this isn't going anywhere. Kawhi, great player, but really can't get a team around him. That's always been an issue with him. So just purely the talent's not going to get him there. That said, let's get into picks for tonight. Sorry this show isn't quite what I wanted it to be this weekend, or this week, this Tuesday, but we're doing our best. So let's get the picks. Let's see, NBA. Games tonight, Atlanta Hawks are 6-point underdogs to the Philadelphia 76ers. Of course, we're going to take the Sixers in this. Utah Jazz, 3-point favorites to the Clippers. We're going to take the Jazz there to cover 3. And then tomorrow we got Nuggets Suns. We're going to take Suns again, cover 6 points, they're favorites. And then Brooklyn Nets are underdogs to the Milwaukee Bucks by 3.5 points. Again, I got to take the Nets here. The way that they held Milwaukee to just 86 while putting up 126 themselves. Brooklyn with KD and Kyrie is a lot scarier than Brooklyn with Kyrie and Harden. I think the team clicks better. I think the chemistry's better with those two than Harden. Adding in Harden eventually, if he can get back in, that'll cause the Sixers some trouble in the Eastern Conference Finals. I will say that. If there's no James Harden, though, I'm taking the Sixers to get to the finals. That's no question. All right. Unfortunately, again, as I said, my co-host, Tim Novak, he could not finish out the show, having power outages, and we were doing the show over Zoom. I'm going to finish it out right here, and we'll hope for a better show next week. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.